what's going on, guys? Session workout 121. Our workout is a 9-minute AMRAP, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, etc. Bar muscle ups, clean and jerks at 155 for guys, 105 for ladies. And then you guys are going to finish each round with 54 double unders. Our other coach, Austin, made this workout. We have Sydney here talking about her strategy and kind of her thoughts during the workout. And we also had Lexi demo it. So let's cut away to these guys' strategies really quick.
My strategy for today's workout is for bar muscle ups, 3 unbroken on the first round, 3 unbroken clean and jerks, and then 54 dubs. And then on the second round, go 3 bar muscle ups, 3 bar muscle ups, 3 clean and jerks, 3 clean and jerks. We'll see how my shoulders are feeling. And then on round 3, my goal is to go 5 bar muscle ups, 4 bar muscle ups, and then singles on clean and jerks. And then so this is going to be a really heavy shoulder workout for me. And so when my shoulders get tired, my dubs turn to. So once I get to round 3, it's going to be a fight for those dubs, and then we'll see how far I can get in the 9 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to go unbroken for the first round. We'll see what happens on the dubs. Then I'm probably going to go to doubles on the bar muscle ups almost the whole rest of the time. And then for the clean and jerks, I'm going to try and knock out a bigger set of like 3 to 5 and then do singles. We'll see how far I get. For me, it's all cardio. It's always all cardio, let's be honest. So we'll see.
You said Nate messed up the timer?
Yeah, he's smart, but not that smart.
Great job following you guys' first strategy.
Yeah, 3 unbroken bar muscle ups. And even though I get to the bar first on this, Lexi is a little bit faster at cycling the bar. Mm-hmm. So she finishes a little bit before me.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Lexi's been doing it a lot longer than you. So she's had a lot more barbell cycling work. But you have a good transition between your clean and jerks into your double unders. So, I don't know. Did you set up your rope closer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she purposely wanted her rope a little bit further away?
I think.
Or just the floor's shit and it rolled that far away?
However it happens, you know.
Yeah.
Floors are uneven. And then after the first set, the rope goes wherever it wants to.
Okay. You just throw it?
Typically.
Oh, that's interesting. She tripped too and was still able to finish right about the same time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're super confident on your bar muscle ups though, so that helps out a lot on this workout.
Yeah, this workout I was able to stay ahead just because of these bar muscle ups.
Yeah.
Being stronger on them.
Right. I think one thing that's actually kind of noticeable here is how Lexi presses out of her bar muscle ups, a very wide elbow, where you have yours tucked back a little bit more.
Which is interesting because with my ring muscle ups, my arms are out very far.
Yeah. So it's almost, and I think on hers, her arms are in really close. I have to go back and look at that video we did of the 30.
So on this, my game plan was to do 3 unbroken, but clearly I started with singles.
I think that was the smart way to go. On this one,
I didn't realize my heart rate was going to be so high.
Yeah.
And I could already feel it in my shoulders. And so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to break up my dubs so much. So I think I held back a little bit on these clean and jerks.
Yeah. I think on this workout, that's a good idea to just rip singles. Like you saw how much of a break Lexi had there after her set of 3. So you're just driving up a bunch of tension after already having a ton of, like if it's not a super high skill for you, having a ton of like respiratory endurance and like already grip fatigue setting in. So I think singles was a smart way to go right off the bat there. Good bar save as well earlier in that one.
Yep, just rolls away.
Is it your first reps that are usually your hardest on the double unders or?
No, it's usually when I start getting into the 30s.
That's when your fatigue starts to set in?
Yeah, that's when my fatigue starts to set in. I actually just got dubs in April, and I did not start hitting bigger sets of dubs until about July. So this is still a fairly new skill for me to get used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 50 is still a decent chunk inside of a workout. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you're thinking about that, did you think about like, hey, I'm just going to go 2 sets on the dubs right off the bat? Or were you just like, fuck it, I'm an elite level athlete. I'm going to go for 54 straight.
No, I know I'm not an elite level athlete. I know my weaknesses. I knew the first set I could do pretty well, and then I was just going to adjust from there.
Okay.
Probably get to around 27, 30, and then
Start to-
pause,
yeah.
take a break, shake out my shoulders, and then get back on
Yep.
them.
Yeah. And that's right before you start to kind of like fatigue too. So
Right.
that's almost something you could hold your sets at, is like sets at 30
Yeah.
and still have relatively like fresh shoulders. And you can see already how pumped you're,
I
you're
have a
getting
big
in that.
pump.
Sick. CrossFit's all about hypertrophy. Man, I think if Lexi actually widened her hands a little bit, she might be able to engage her lats a little bit more on those
Yeah,
reps.
she's
And
got
that actually might be why her elbows
are coming out.
Yeah.
Her hands are really close to her hips.
Yeah.
Mine
Well-
are like outside.
Right. Where like hers are like right underneath her shoulders. I actually see that a lot with ladies. They tend to pull a lot more with their biceps. So that's a little bit more of like a bicep pull, where like you have more active lats for whatever reason. So that's why your hands are out a little bit wider on those.
Yeah, I have wider hands on the bar too, barbell.
Yeah. I wonder if you're just able, do you feel your lats a lot more in workouts?
Definitely. I use my lats a lot.
Hell yeah.
Also,
Oh.
I think I have pretty wide shoulders for my build.
I'd have to look at you.
Or I could just be extra critical about the way I look. So on these, I really started to feel the fatigue. And
In your grip or your shoulders?
in my shoulders and with my heart rate was pretty high.
Yeah.
And so I suffered with the bar, controlling the bar down. When I'm dropping it, it's going everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I wish I would have been a little more aggressive
And
getting the bar dropping closer to me versus
oh, so
having
like
to
almost
walk.
following it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually see Lexi's a little bit more composed. Like you're definitely hurting at this point, but your skill is so high on the bar muscle ups that you can do those under fatigue really well. Lexi actually, like if you look at facial feature and body posture, she's actually pretty composed.
Definitely.
So I think she could have pushed a little bit more here and just gotten to those double unders. Obviously, I don't know. It's like going like everyone feels different inside of workouts. But yeah, I think Sid, if you just follow that bar down
Yeah.
on your reps, that way you're not chasing it all over the place. But it's also built-in rest. So
Right.
all right. So what were you feeling on this set of double unders?
Well, as you can see, my arms are pretty wild on my double unders. And so once my hands start going crazy like that, I'm really feeling it in my shoulders. And so I'm just trying to push myself not to get my dubs my feet caught up on the rope because my hands are starting to come up so high. But I'm starting to feel the burn, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, you like you're gonna want to start working a lot on like just controlling those double unders with the wrists, because
Yeah.
I mean obviously it's gonna be a little bit more forearm intensive to
Yep.
do that, but it's gonna take a lot of the burn off of the shoulders, which sounds like where you were feeling all that fatigue.
Yeah, definitely. And my wrist, I've never really had to use my wrists in a flicking motion before. And so once I start feeling it in my shoulders, I try and start thinking about using my wrist, but then they get burnt out quickly too.
Yeah, that's something we've talked a lot about. Actually, is like you just need you in general just need a lot more muscular endurance work for your upper body. Like Sydney has a track background, so like her legs are strong and pretty enduring for how much volume they had to put in. But her upper body, for like you had a gymnastics background too, right?
Yeah.
So she's like high skill, but just the amount of volume that you have to put in and going from like an upper pull to a lower pull where you're like tight in the upper body still is something she's got to like develop some more muscular endurance for, basically.
Definitely. And on these set of 12s, starting this fourth round, I tried to stick with 3 because I know I can hit a set of 3 pretty easily when I'm tired. And so sticking to 3 was a good plan for me on this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks like you were super consistent there. You guys both do a really good job of just resting at the top of the bar too and not trying to speed through the reps.
Right.
That's something that sometimes a little bit more powerful athletes will do is they'll try and rip a set and they'll just be fucked after that. So the rest at the top was really solid for both you guys.
I need to get better about not walking away from the bar when resting, because that definitely takes up some time.
Yeah, I got to keep that workspace tight. You think you could have pushed the pace on those a little bit faster then?
Probably. Once I got towards the end of the 9 minutes,
Yeah.
I think I could have.
So like right here?
Right here, but at this point I was already done. This was my last set, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then I just wanted to get to that bar and get at least one rep in.
Are we going? We'll count it.
Because it looked a little close.
Sure did.
I think with the big timer, I was on point, but who knows?
Yeah. So what would you do different in this one then?
I would definitely, I think my biggest struggle in this was the dubs and being scared of the dubs.
Yeah.
And so I kind of compensated for that on the clean and jerks. And just not being as tight and clean as I could have been.
Yeah, for sure.
And being a little bit more aggressive with these and having to just dropping my bar and while having to walk to it or having to go and catch it. So.
Yeah. I think you could probably break the set of double unders up in two right from the get-go, honestly, and probably go singles on the clean jerks. I know that like that round of 3 is like not very intimidating,
Right.
but it'll save your grip a little bit, just breaking it up right away, so that maybe you can stay a little bit closer to the bar on the round of 12 and rip those sets of 3 a little bit faster, because that's where like your strength is in this workout. So you want to just try and maximize that as much as possible, because there's going to be a lot of other ladies who that isn't the bottleneck for them, or that isn't their strength, and that is the bottleneck for them. So that's kind of where you can start to make up a lot of ground on them, if that makes sense. So slowing the rest of that workout down to push that, I think is like an adjustment you can make to that workout, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
And the 105 for the barbell isn't too heavy, but when your heart rate is high, that's when it starts to get tricky.
Because you've only been doing CrossFit for how many years now? Not
One.
even. Yeah,
1
a year. Yeah. So Sydney's still learning a lot about the sport.
I'm a newbie.
But so like you just need a lot of like just exposure to things still, and like learning like, oh, this is how you use like minimal musculature to lift 105 pounds, even though my heart rate's at 90%.
Right.
And like once like you get more exposure to that, you'll be able to like recognize that in a workout and be able to move through it a little bit quicker too, and just follow that bar down a little bit faster. So yeah, nice work, guys. Killed it. Good luck this week, guys.